Okay, I think I managed to get it working. Hi there. I haven't made a video in quite a while, mostly to do for personal reasons, but I've decided to make my first and last video of 2025. As you can see, I got this incredible mic. I think I might have gotten it I might have gotten it for my birthday this year, which was fun. Anyway, I'd like to go over my New Year's resolutions. And when I say resolutions, I mean more in the way of I wish the world was a certain way. It's gonna be a year of a lot of changes. Um, there's a music playing outside. Anyway, yeah, this year is going to be a lot of changes, and I want it to. I want to start off by saying I haven't made a video in a while because mostly because my room is often very dirty, very cluttered, and I get quite self conscious about showing myself in my room because it's often very messy. That's one of my New Year's resolutions. No, I'm gonna close this window. Hold on. Oh, okay. So I think I know what I want to title this video, but if I end up changing it, which I might not, but who knows? I think the world needs to be sexier in a sexy, not cringe way, if that makes any sense. What I'm trying to say, I cannot fucking stare at myself while I'm talking. That's so weird. Right. Okay. Here I am. What do I mean? I mean so if you've never seen me before, I am a part of the furry subculture. I am an artist in the programming sense. I make games that you play, and that's what I do, I guess. And I have recently gone through a lot of changes as regards to myself and my thoughts and my thought processes of who I am and what I am and what that means for me. I've kind of started to investigate my own mental health, and you'd literally for a very long time I thought I was pretty good mentally, and I was kind of I knew what depression was. I was like, oh yep, no, that's you're sad and unmotivated and you don't want to get out of bed and all that. But I didn't realize how subconscious it also is. It makes you assume a lot of things. I assume more than I would have thought. I don't know if I have depression, but I do know that I have learned that I am internalized helplessness, learned helplessness. Um, the idea is that when you are faced with repeated failures, you will kind of internalize that as something that you cannot control. Like you were born wrong, or you like some genetic thing that you can't control is preventing you from cleaning your room or showering or taking care of your health. I have recently realized that this is exactly what I go through. I have, for the last 20 years, I have been told repeatedly and often all the things that I should do as an adult, and none of them stuck, and that made me very upset because I didn't understand why. So I would just kind of go through the motions of just kind of living in suffering, I guess, and not really knowing how to fix myself. I just thought I was born different. I had subconsciously internalized the idea that I was born different because I think I was. I think I might have autism. I might not. I might. I very much might actually. But I didn't have a word for it for a very long time. And I didn't even consider autism until, like, I don't know, a year ago. Not even. So while I was getting myself I guess treated, like I went to my doctor and I was like, hey, I might have autism, and they're like, cool, here's a questionnaire, and I filled it out and I handed it in, and they're like, okay, well, it kind of sucks that you're now figuring that out because it's a lot easier to diagnose children than it is adults. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, hey, but we can give you some ADHD pills. Will that help? And I'm like, okay. So I've been taking those occasionally. I should be taking them daily, but I often forget. And they're like, okay, so it's a stimulant, and I'm like, okay, so I need to take it in the morning. But like my sleep schedule is so fucked. I guess not fucked, but like very not solid. So I just kind of sleep whenever I feel like it, I guess. Or I sleep when I'm like, okay, I should probably sleep, and that's like never a solid time. I try to keep it like, okay, I'm awake during the day and I'm asleep during the night. But as you can see out the window behind me, it is nighttime, and although it is winter, so it's still like 5 o'clock. But yeah, no, I'm quite a funky guy like that. Yeah, man, I just went on this fucking tangent. I don't know. I started the video saying I think the world should be sexier, and then I started talking about depression. Right. So I've gone through a lot of mental investigation because I love talking. I love talking to myself. I'm literally talking to myself right now. I love investigating the mind that I have, and I love talking through myself and learning about myself, because I mean, this is the only mind I have, so might as well think about it. and I go, okay, like what are my traumas, and what are my mistakes that I've made in life, or what are my hopes for the future. So I I've been doing that a lot, and ever since about early last year, I had a friend. I have a friend. I had a friend, and then anyway, I had a friend back in 2024, the beginning of 2024, who came out to me with DID, which is a dissociative identity disorder, and which basically just means that they have multiple personalities, but in the additional sense of like not just I'm happy, I'm sad, but I am this person and I am also this person. And they are inhabiting the same mind. And that's just how it is. It's just two consciousnesses in one mind. That fucking blew my mind. Like that completely flipped everything I knew about reality and the mind and consciousness. It was mind blowing. And it was not, and it took me like like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks to stop panicking about that, because it was so fucking weird, that it was so scary too, because like I had never heard of this before, and I was learning about this. And the thing is that in the furry community, this is a lot more common than I thought. Don't mind if I talk to the microphone. I face the microphone as I talk. I need something to aim my thoughts at. Anyway, this is so common apparently in the furry community, that everyone every so this friend came out to the little group that I had in on Discord first. Like, he was close with a few people, and go around, like, I think it might have been like 6 or 7 people. Came out like, hey, I have this other guy in my head. Is like, are you still gonna accept me as someone, as your friend? And everyone was like, of course. Like of course, this is just another day. And they just took it so casually, and here I was like, huh? Like, huh? And so I I just like, I spent the next couple days grappling with the fact that one of my friends is split into another person. And this kind of made my like social anxiety flare up, because like, holy shit, like suddenly I'm in front of, I have to say hi to another person in the person that I know's mind. Like, what's gonna happen to my old friend? Like, what's like, it felt like the same way as like, you're like 12 12 years old, and then your parents have another baby. Like, suddenly you're just like, wait, what does this mean? Like, why isn't my mother like giving me as much attention as they used to? Or why is my life changing so suddenly, and why is everything so different? It was the same feeling. because I hold my friends very very closely. Like I am a very I cling a lot. I cling to my friends a lot, and I and whenever I lose someone, it's a nightmare for me. It's heartbreaking. So anytime I have a friend, I keep them close, as close as I can. When literally every single one except one of my friends is on Discord, and definitely not in my physical life. Um, so yeah, I tackled with that a lot, and then I started to think about that. I started to think about the idea of multiple people in the same head, kind of, kind of just like in relation to me and what that meant for me and my own discovery of the self. And I just kind of like I got into this thought of like, man, like this seems really really cool. Like, um this friend with DID and this other person in their head, they get along really well, and they they have a close intimate relationship that they treasure, and they support one another, and they and anytime they switch whoever is driving, they hug in their head, in their mind. They have this whole setup in their head that's like a computer desk, and the person fronting is the person at the computer, and when they need to change, they both stand up and they hug and they switch places. Um and I'm just like, and I thought to myself, wow, that seems really that seems like something I would really like. Like, I get lonely quite easily, um, because for so much of my life I felt like I was different, and I know everyone feels that way. Um, and I was certainly one of those kind of kids. But for a long time, I just kind of accepted that as reality, and I didn't really care as much until I became I I went into my 20s, and now I'm 25, and I've kind of realized the implications of me having possibly undiagnosed autism and navigating a world that was not built for people like me. Um, People who don't come up don't who don't internalize habits the same way, or see the world in the same way. Um, I always knew that I was afraid of phone calls, but everything in the fucking world is about phone calls. Like, you have to fucking call everyone to do anything. Like, like, but the idea of needing to talk to someone without seeing their face and seeing their expression, like, and understanding when it's good to speak, like, how the fuck does anyone figure that out? Like, is that instinctual? Like, is it I don't know. That's weird. That's dumb to me. And I think, and I'm kind of surprised that there isn't a lot of things in place for people who are like that. Like people who just don't like phone calls. Because like there has got to be people who don't like phone calls who aren't autistic. Like is it like oh god. Sorry, I just dropped something. Anyway, like I'm flabbergasted, honestly. Yeah, so I'm different and it sucks and I hate it and I've always hated it. I haven't always hated it. I was very proud of my whatever made me weird when I was 6 or whatever. But as I became an adult, I stopped really liking how different I was because I couldn't control it. And because I couldn't control it, I just kind of was like, well, I guess I'm fucking I rolled snake eyes when I was playing dice with God before I was born. Like I was given the I was given a bad hand. There were so many fucking things about me that I'm that I'm angry that I have. I said that I'm angry about the fact that I don't often clean my room. I don't shower as much as I should. I don't take care of my health. Like I'm physically different too. Like I have type 1 diabetes and I have since I was 4. And that has required a bunch of different, like, that's so ironic, isn't it? Like the one guy who can't internalize habits, it has a debilitating disease that will kill me slowly if I do not have the habit of taking care of it. How terribly comedically ironic is that? So, what if someone was there with me through it? What if someone was comfortably in my head who would talk to me and who would be there when I'm lonely at night and I felt all the terrible emotions that comes with, and how much I didn't want to go to sleep or wake up or do anything because I was too afraid of the future. I was too afraid of what might happen. And when you're around doctors who say you're going to die if you don't do anything, I don't know. It's so frustrating. And it's especially frustrating how long I had to sit with that and not know what was going on with me. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that I sort of understand now. That I kind of understand where I am and what's going on. So I'm happy about that. I so yeah, I wanted someone there for me. a voice in my head who would tell me that it's going to be okay, that the future is not as dark as I keep thinking it is, that someone could be there to hug me in the same way that my friend and their headmate does. And I started to really, really desire that. I desired someone, a voice in my head that would talk on their own and that would support me. Which might have been why I was so... I don't know. It might have been why I was so freaked out at first, because I was seeing something that I had desired for so long just in front of me. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I've done a lot of personal changes. My for a long time, my major persona was chaos. They still are, but now they share that place with Ruin, who is, in canon terms, Chaos's daughter. Chaos's only daughter. And she kind of ended up taking all of the qualities of a person that I wish I was. Like social and happy about responsibilities and willing to lead. And to always know what to do when times are tough. So I was like, hey, if there is someone in my head that is also named Ruin and is also willing to be there for me, I'm right here. So that would be super cool. That would be super neat. I would really like that, please. Oh my god, please. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. I've done... I say that in jest, but I'm really not being all that jokey about that. Like, I have absolutely, like, taken on the qualities of Ruin. I've leaned more heavily into being being androgynous, as in regards to how I act online. I am not as confident in writing masculine pronouns in pronoun fields. I just kind of put anything you want. So, which kind of finally wraps it around to why I wanted to record this video. I think this process of finding who you are in spirit, in mind, in whatever, is not as solidly studied as a lot of other sciences are. It is a relatively... It's understood, but it's not exactly understood, because this is having to do with consciousness and the whole fucking idea behind life itself. It is literally this whole thing with alters. It has roots within life itself, which means it is not as studied as scientists might want it to be understood, which is great because it feels like an entirely new frontier. It feels like we discovered fucking magic and we don't understand it. And so I have been wanting to understand it for so fucking long, and I think it is magical. I think it is intimate. I think it is sexual. I think it is beautiful in such a strange and fascinating way. I've wanted to wrap my head around it for so long, but at the same time, I also kind of don't, because I love the idea of not understanding it completely. So, so finally, the purpose of the video. I think more people should do this. I think more people need to look inside their minds and go, who the fuck am I really? What the fuck am I really? What do I represent? What do I want to be? And I think that is what being a furry is. As funny enough as that is, I think the concept of being a furry and wanting to express yourself in a weird and fantastical way as a fucking salamander on the internet, that kind of makes you a lot more vulnerable in a good way. So, the thesis. I think people should do that, and that people should stop, like, people should stop caring as much. That's a good way of putting it. People should stop caring. People should be sexual. Like, I really don't. I really want in my lifetime for society to stop being so fucking adverse to sex and pleasure. It's so easy because sex feels so good in certain ways, but we live in a society that's so adverse to it because it feels, I don't know, it feels like the only good thing in life that doesn't have a bad consequence, right? Like, everything good, everything fun and awesome and cool is always has some kind of weird thing on top of it that doesn't let you completely enjoy it. Like how junk food will fucking ruin your health, but God, does it taste good? And smoking, God, is it bad for your lungs, but God, does it feel nice? Or fucking any kind of addictive drug. It feels nice, but God, is it often bad for you? But sex and masturbation is so... it feels so good. Because, of course, we've evolved for it to be good. So I think we have this weird idea that it's bad for you. But it's not. It's not bad for you. It feels really good. And it feels even better when you stop caring. Mic drop. There you go. It's like, it's so fucking stupid how many people don't understand this or don't want to understand it or think they can't understand it because they're not in the right place. They're not around the right people. I saw a Reddit post a while ago that stuck to me, that people should start saying I love you to their friends. They should start outwardly expressing love to people instead of just to family members and loved ones. Platonic friends being just wildly sexual around and being okay with that, and being this is coming, I'm gonna say it here, I am coming at this purely consensual. I am not saying that everyone needs to have sex right now. I am saying that pleasure needs to be openly accepted as beautiful and incredible as people think it's not. I think consent is so hot, and as long as both parties are having fun and are mature enough to understand that fun, like it's yeah, no, it's just so important to me, that people need to fucking let go, and being a furry is the sacrifice of humanity, because for so long humanity has hurt us, hurt everyone who is just slightly a little different. And that's the thing, everyone is just a little different, but we are fucking pack wolves. we need each other. So humans look to the other person and go, and they say, I want to be a part, I want to be accepted. And so they sacrifice what makes them beautiful and artistic and unique. Being a furry is the sacrifice of that. It is the death of that. It is the, I can be what I want to be and still be happy because I am around other people who have done the same thing and are open to the same things and are willing to explore forever. I swear to God, I'm going to be 70 years old and I'm going to be wearing a fursuit. Like, there is nothing stopping me from always being this open and loving and sexual and perverted. That's a great word. I love the word perverted. Yeah, no, it's so yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. I want the world to be more perverted in the fun and sexy way and not the cringe and stupid way that seems to be prevailing the world right now. Yeah, no, sex in the fun and silly way and not the stupid and cringe way. That's my rant. God, I hope I'm still recording. I seem to be still recording. Good. Anyway, yeah, I think that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I'm going to be uploading any more than I usually do. My throat is very dry. I don't have any water near me, so I'm going to drink some water. Thank you.